Hi everyone, I'm Christy. I am here at afternoon quilt nap hour time. This is the time when James, my son, who is about 2 years old, is napping. This is the only time that I ever seem to be able to get anything done. So I don't know, afternoon nap hour, afternoon quilt hour, afternoon quilting desperation hour. I don't know what you want to call it, but this is my time that I get to go sort of just do whatever I want, finally get some quilting in, whether it's pattern design or fabric design or sewing, whatever it is. But currently, my new goal right now is to learn how to do more quilt blocks. So I'm going to work my way through a library of quilt blocks and see how much I can learn. I grabbed some fabric from my sewing space, I grabbed some batiks, and I have this really crazy cool metallic ombre that my manager designed when I was working at Craftsy. It sadly never made it into production. We were going to do it in a whole bunch of cool colorways, but never got there. So we'll see how it kind of works out, but today is block number 1, and I'm going to do the basic 9-patch quilt. So let's see how it all goes. I'm not really sure, since I've actually never even done a basic 9-patch block before. I can do all the crazy curves and flowers and all these other wild things, but just never had the opportunity to do it. So I figured this would be a fun way to just sort of play with some colors, do some basic quilt blocks, and just see how much I can learn and see where we end up. Okay, so this is how we're filming today. Sort of the best I can do in my basement with literally no camera props or anything else. We'll work on some zooming and I'll see if I can do some editing, but well, there you go. So this is the book that I'm working from. It's called 55 Quilt Block Designs by Maggie Malone. I am working my way through. There may or may not be some editing going on here, but I thought this was like the coolest, like just classic library of quilt blocks. So this is how I thought would be a fun way to just learn as much as I can, and just starting at the beginning, and we'll see if we get through 5,500 quilt blocks. There's a good chance we may not, but that's okay. As long as we learn something and had fun, I think that's all that matters. What do they say? It's about the journey, not the result or whatever. Which is true sometimes, but sometimes the end result matters, but not today. All right, so today, block number 1, it's this one, the basic 9-patch. I don't think today will be too bad, but you just never know. And like I said, I think it's kind of funny that I've never actually done one. Okay, so here is my ombre. Let's see. So I only need 2 colors today. Like I said, I'm going to kind of work through. I have these really pretty batiks that have just been haunting me, and I debated whether it was worth actually doing and using my little pretty batik bundle that I put together at our local quilt shop. But I kind of just feel like sometimes you just got to kind of use what inspires. And I have this thing where I can't really use ugly fabric. I know some people can, but I just have to always use something that I think is so beautiful. So I think we'll start with something there, something here, and I've got some basic black, white, gray that I think will all coordinate. Actually, you know what? I wish I had a navy, because these are all dark blue, although that is black, so I guess we could make some blue and blacks work if we want a solid in there too. But since this is our basic 9-patch, let's see, what should we use? So we're gonna have 2 colors. We probably want 2 decently high contrast colors. What do you think? Anything feel inspiring? I don't know. Should we start with can we do like an ombre? We could use this light ombre. I don't want to get too wild and too crazy. Let's see. I also am kind of like, this is a basic 9-patch. Am I going to be like sorely disappointed if I cut into my batiks and then all it is just a few squares? I don't know. Let's see. Think. So, not loving the block because it's pretty basic, pretty boring, but that doesn't mean that there's not something to be learned, right? How do we make this super duper boring block really inspiring? Ooh, look at this one. That's a really cool one. Wow. Kind of forgot about this bad boy. What if we did that with a lovely ombre? Ooh, you know what? I'm feeling inspired. Let's do our black ombre metallic. So we've got some nice high contrast. And yeah, we got enough contrast, but enough interest that I think I can feel inspired. Okay. Oh, look at that. We still got our manufacturer tag on there. Since this collection never went into production, all I have are what we call strike-offs. That's essentially the test fabric runs that they do before they actually run it on the production line. So take that bad boy off because nobody needs to know about that. Nobody cares. Oh, fun. Look at this. Those are the little color windows from when they do strike-offs. So before they actually run in production, they test everything out and they run these color windows for strike-offs. So that's how they know all the colors that are in the print. Kind of fun little behind the scenes of designing fabric, which by the way is the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. So if you want to help me be a fabric designer, maybe go check out my website, Paint & Co, PEINTEANDCO.com, and buy some fabric. I have a really great mill. I don't just buy from on-demand printing. It's actually a really fabulous mill. I love them. Anyways, yes, dropping that in there. Okay, I'm gonna go start the iron. Be right back. Okay, so I believe I got all these. Okay, rotary cutter. Let's see if we. Oh dear, we're gonna have to do some quilt math, which I cannot do very well. Ugh, we might have to go run get the computer. Computer does all my math for me. I think. Now back to my original thought. I think I got half yard cuts of all these batiks. So how big do I want my finished blocks? I don't know. We don't want them too big, but these are also just samples. So samples. I don't know. Hold that thought. Okay, we're gonna think about this. So we want a finished block. I'm on my computer right now. Ooh, stupid emails. Like it's all so distracting. Maybe we should do 6x6. Maybe we'll just keep all our blocks 6x6, and then maybe we can make like some sort of like quilt block mural wall thing at my office. That'd be kind of cool, right? All right, so 6x6, that actually probably makes it pretty easy. So we know that we need 3 blocks. So I am going to draw this bad boy out because you guys, I can't do quilt math. I cannot. So I have to draw everything out and just do it that way. And that's literally how it all gets done. All right, you want to see what's going on here? Let's, you can kind of watch me finagle around with the computer here. Here. Let's see. Apparently, we're all supposed to be doing this thing called truing up our blocks. You guys, I don't do that. I swear, I probably should. I think my friend Amanda, she feels really passionately about this because she's a long armor, and she says that it makes a huge difference. I didn't know that. Okay, here we are, prepping our fabric. Yes, this is my little sewing space in my basement. This is where I do my home sewing because, like I said, sometimes you just gotta work with whatever you got when the toddler is napping. And, well, this is the little space I got. Apologize for the glare. Voila! All right. Yeah, I some really good fabrics. I'm really impressed with myself. If I ever could, I would absolutely love to do modern batiks, by the way. I think that they're so dang cool. All right, and then we've got our ombre metallic. Yeah, this was a really brilliant idea that my manager, who basically taught me everything that I know about quilt fabric and sort of how to create collections and what make good quilting collections and things like that. She really taught me a lot of stuff. But this was her conceptual idea. And let's just say there's a lot of metallic, so you really gotta like the metallic if you're gonna use it. All right, so now let's figure out how we're going to cut these, figure out how many strips we need, and let's figure this out. And we're back to the weird angle views overhead. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you have, right? So here we go. This is what we got. Not a production expert, not a video expert. I don't even like Instagram. I don't even like Facebook, but I love quilting. And well, I've been encouraged to share my process. So this is what I'm doing, sharing my process. Okay, so now we gotta pull the computer back out. So we know we need 2.5 inch strips wide. We're going to basically do some, cut strips. So the strips, then chop the strips. I'm pretty sure that's how you do this. Let's see, so if we know they're 2.5 inches and we need 3 of them, what's 2.5 times 3? I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 7.5? Is that what that is? I don't know. All right, we're gonna try to not waste fabric because, again, we only have so much. So we'll start here. I think I'm gonna do the really pretty batik as the primary, and then, so that'll be 5 of those. Yeah, so it's what, 9, 8, what's half a yard? 18 inches. So 18 inches by 2.5 inches is what we're doing. So I'm going to trim my edge here so we have a nice perfectly clean trim edge. And you know, P.S. funny thing about all this is, like, you're just like sitting here hoping, oh my gosh, don't wake the toddler, don't wake the toddler. Because again, this is like the desperation that we all have when we're trying to get all these things done. Cute as a button, but my goodness, boy, when he needs something, he needs it. He is just what he does. All right. So here we go. 2.5, check, check, check. Make sure my ruler is the correct direction. I always like to check, make sure that I feel good. All right. Yep. Okay. So how many is this gonna get us? All right. Man, I really wish that I had my weights. I love using weights to hold stuff still and steady while you're working with it, and sometimes when you're dealing with these big yardage cuts, oh my goodness, me and rotary cutter faux pas all the time. Okay, all right, so I think I am just going to cut a 2.5 inch strip with the fabric because I think I'll be able to use them again. If you didn't notice, my first book of pages of blocks in my book, they are a lot of squares, and I think I feel pretty confident in saying that we will use a 2.5 inch strip again. So here we go. Okay. Whew, is anybody else exhausted already? I swear, I'm just like, that's a little wild. You know, we got kind of these sort of crazy, like black, metallic, like edgy, sort of steampunk. And then we got this lovely sort of plaid batik with little butterfly bows. But I don't know, sometimes juxtaposition works really well. I guess we'll see how it comes out. So here we go. We're just gonna, I'm just lining edge to edge. You know, there's nothing fancy going on here. Ooh, I think we might have had a toddler playing with the machine buttons. Ooh, anything else look weird? All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, I'm actually having to pull the fabric because my poor little machine, I need to go take it to some Bernina experts. I love this machine. It's been amazing. It literally will sew through leather. This metal machine, this 1984 metal machine, will just sew through about anything, and it's amazing. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't need a tune-up here and there. So I need to go take it in. But again, it's one of those things. You have a toddler and no money, and you're like, well, I don't want to pay to get my machine taken away from me. I'd rather sew. So, here we go. Sew, here we go. Sew, here we go. Sew, Maria, Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. All right, back to the ironing board. All right, and yes, press towards your dark colored fabric. Press to the dark side of the moon. So, how big do these now need to be cut? I don't know. Any of you guys have toddlers or hang out around toddlers who watch Miss Rachel? I don't know. Yeah, Miss Rachel is big in our house. My son loves it. And whatever you might think, I swear my son actually has been talking a lot more since he started watching Miss Rachel. Let's take a look-see here. All right, so we know... Oh! Yes, this is what I mean about trying to make all this stuff work. Feels almost impossible. Perhaps we go like this. Okay. All right. Perhaps that was a little better. Apologize for the wild ride, and I hope you didn't get seasick. Okay. Well, let's do that then. Oh, okay. Let's do this. So 2.5 inches. Plus, that's 5, right? Uh-oh. I hear the chip truck and the chipper. That means the husband's home. Ah! That's the other variable. You can't sew when the husband's home. Everybody needs something. Ah! Okay. Let's see here. So 5. Will that get us where we need to go? I don't know. Achoo! Yeah, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, please message me and tell me that you empathize with my pain. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. So I do think that'll get us where we need to go, because then we would sew the other one on that side, and maybe we don't have to sew a second. Somebody else get nervous when cutting. So that's gonna be, let's cut another. So then we would need another one on this side, and then we just need, and then we'll need another black one on the other side. So let's do this. We're gonna get a little creative here. You guys, these are all the things that I just don't know. I'm absolutely astounded. I swear, there's probably some magical quilty way to do this, and it's probably super easy, and I just don't know, because I just kind of find my own way through all this stuff. All right, so now we need a black one over here, and we need a green one over there, and I think that's gonna eventually get us. Ugh, shoot. I don't want to seam rip that out. Oh, well, you know what? Thank goodness for the fact that my sewing machine and my stitching is not consistent, because, well, it makes it really easy to pull stuff out. All right, we're gonna go repress that out. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna actually trim these down to 5 inches, because that way they'll both be 5 inches, and then we'll just be matching our things, and we won't have these flying edges everywhere. Okay, can we finish this before the husband actually enters the house? I don't know. Maybe we can. Can she do it? Let's see. Who knows? I don't know. Hop, little bunny. Hop, hop, hop. Just whatever you do, don't sing the bubblegum song. Okay, so now we know we need one over here, and actually we probably, the truth is we actually could keep that shorter, but we'll just trim it down because that's the one that goes in the middle. All right, so now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna sew that bad boy there. We'll sew that bad boy there. All right, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. And voila, back to the machine. Okay. Here, I'll angle there so you can kind of see what's going on. All right, so I'm actually gonna sew back into that seam. That way no one will ever know that we did a little seam yanking, because we don't rip, we yank. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know. Okay, this is actually where it gets really dumb with the machine and the not having feed dogs. Okay, so I can't start at the edge here because of the feed dogs won't start it for me, so I actually have to not start at the edge, and then I gotta come over here and get all the way down to the edge. So once again, this is me playing the workaround. Yes, I will go take my machine in. It's not that I don't value doing it, it's just that I can't stand living without my machine that long. And I only get so much time. I have another machine, but it's at a little office. Ooh, you know what? I think the husband's dumping the truck. I think he left. We've got some time. Okay. Yes, my husband is an arborist, so he does tree work. If you live in Colorado and need tree work, let me know. I know a guy. Okay. I think, all right, slide these. Slide these. Woo! Whoop. Okay. All right, so here we are. All right, so now that's my middle, these are my outsides, and I think I can just cut these bad boys in half. I'm gonna have an extra piece, so if I was smart, I would have cut the other one shorter, but it's okay. We'll just have a little extra piece, and that's okay. Put it in your little scrap bag. Okay, so I can see it's not totally perfect, but I think it'll be pretty, it'll be good enough. Be good enough for where we're going. All right, 2.5 inches. And I'm actually using my seam to line it up because I feel like, you know, cut edges, especially after stuff gets sewn, it gets a little less reliable. So hopefully your seams should be decently straight. All right. Zoop, zoop, and zoop. And our extra, just for giggles, I guess. You know what? Maybe it'll come in later for one of our other blocks. Okay. All right, so now we're just gonna sew these bad boys together. And you know what, you guys? I'm neurotic about pinning as well. All right, so given how we press these, it's gonna make them align really easy. But once again, I'm sort of neurotic, so some people don't pin. I know a girl and she's like, I don't pin, I don't ever pin. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. When I went to fashion design school, that is actually one thing they were really strict about was, strangely enough, clipping threads and pinning. They're always like, pin, never be above pinning. It keeps your stuff together. And I was like, you know what? Okay. So I pin. All right, so we're gonna sew that bad boy. All right, back it up, back it up, back it up. Woo! Can't start at the edge. Oh, as I go through this process, I'm like, really need to go fix my machine. Have somebody give it some love. Okay, make sure. I always have a problem with sewing and getting my seams on the other side that go in the wrong direction. No matter how hard I try, I feel like I'm always, let's just take a little look. Okay, that's good. I feel like I always am not getting it in there. Okay, pull out that pin because you don't want to sew through your pins. And here we have it. I'm going to press it real quick. All right, and voila, here we go. there it is. Wow, our first little 9 patch. We did it. Once again, Alice in Wonderland. But, you know, I think it's pretty cool. So there you have it, our first 6-inch 9-patch block. We made it. It was questionable at times, but like I said, this is kind of just my journey of learning of how I quilt, how I piece, how I think, and how I put stuff together. And it's kind of funny, you know. But like I said, there's probably some magical quilty way to do this. It's like super easy and super concise. But, well, clearly that's not me. Yeah, so I'm Christy, and this is me, and my company is Paint & Co, Peinte and co.com. I do fabrics, and apparently now I do quilt patterns. Had no idea, but opportunity came up, and I do love drawing the patterns. I love drawing the designs. I just have never written the patterns before. But thank you to my good friend Amanda, who is such a gem and an angel, for helping me learn how to write patterns. And here I am, writing patterns and doing all these fun things. This is what I do. This is how I work. And yeah, I guess stay tuned next time for the next quilt block. All right, please like, subscribe, and feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all those social things. But most importantly, make sure that you're quilting, make sure that you're happy, make sure that you're doing your quilting and your sewing because it makes you happy, not because it makes you stressed out. That is one thing I think we have to remind ourselves of, is that we kind of rip our hair out trying to finish all these projects and do all these crazy things, and then we got to remember why we're doing it in the first place, is that it's something special and amazing that we're doing. But take care, and I will see you guys next time.